What is up, guys? Thank you all so much for tuning in. So as you guys know, preparation is everything when it comes to weight loss. And most people like to jump right into the deep end with food prepping and other things that are a little bit more advanced when there's a much easier way to do it and some things that you can do beforehand to set you up for success. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 ways that you can organize your kitchen to help accommodate your weight loss goals. Let's get it. Alright, so let's be honest. For most people, whatever you see first is usually what you're going to grab as it pertains to food. Today's society, we're all about accessibility and ease. So you've got to use that to your advantage, man. Because research has been done and it's been shown that the more visible and accessible food is, the more likely you are to eat it. So I want you guys to think about, the office environment and how when there's like a candy bowl or a jar of jelly beans, sitting right there on the counter or in the break room, you're more likely to grab that and eat that more often than, let's say, if it wasn't there. Chances of you going out and getting it are a lot less likely. So because it's there, because it's right in front of you, you tend to grab it. And the same thing goes for inside of the kitchen, having those Pop-Tarts or cookies or, things sitting out on the counter. It's a lot easier to grab. And when you're hungry, when you're in a hurry, you're more likely to grab that. So you've got to use this to your advantage and replace that stuff with healthier options. So my advice is to fill up the front of the refrigerator or the middle shelf of the refrigerator, whichever you're most likely to look at first when you open the fridge. Fill that up with things like fresh cut veggies, and even put like a fruit bowl out on the counter so that you can have that, fresh, whole food, accessible and easy to grab. And again, it's going to help make it a lot easier for you to eat less of the junk. And I promise you, if you try this, you're going to watch your intake of that healthy stuff go up and you're going to watch those pounds fly off. Okay, so the saying out of sight, out of mind plays into nutrition, just as much as it does anything else. So you have to make sure that the unhealthy snacks are hard to get to. Again, like we talked about in tip number 1, people who kept unhealthy snacks, out in the forefront are more likely to grab them. So there was a study done by Cornell University, and it showed that people who put their snacks away, so snacks like chips, cookies, cereal, things like that, when they put them in harder to reach cabinets, those people on average weighed 15 to 20 pounds less than people who stored those types of snacks out on the counter or, on top of the refrigerator. So obviously, when you keep that kind of stuff in the house, you're going to eat it. So the first line of defense is to not even bring it into the house. But if you do, I know, again, it's unlikely and not very realistic to say you'll never have that stuff in the house. But if you do have a little bit of that stuff still in the house, make sure you stash it away and make it as hard to reach as possible so you can see those pounds stay off and you can just increase, again, the healthy snacks that you're eating. Tip number 3. Get rid of those large plates, large bowls, large glasses, and the large serving utensils that you use and replace them with smaller plates, tall skinny glasses, and smaller silverware. So again, a study was performed and everything we're talking about is based on research, so I'm not just throwing random things out at you guys. A study was done by Cornell University once again, and it showed that people who served themselves on larger plates and use larger silverware ate 20 to 30% more food than people who served themselves on smaller plates and ate with smaller utensils. So again, if you think about how we are as human beings and the things we were taught growing up, about not wasting food and things like that, we oftentimes will fill up our plates so that there's no visible empty space. And once that food is on the plate, something inside of us just kind of tells us we can't waste the food. We need to eat it all the way, finish your plate, even if we're not hungry, because a lot of us are full after half a plate, but we feel like we have to finish it. You don't want to waste it. And again, you always heard things like, starving kids in Africa wish that they had, the food that you have. And that has honestly set us up to see obesity levels, continue to rise. So try swapping out your plates, try swapping out your utensils and your cups, and watch how much less you eat. And again, lower calories, equals lower fat. So you want to make sure you're not overeating by swapping out, what you are serving yourself on and what you're eating with. So tip number 4, this tip was super interesting to me because it has to do with your kitchen setting. Most of us don't really think about it. When we move into a house, we set things up the way we want, but we don't really take into account things like lighting and music and stuff like that. But a study was performed, and it was reported in a publication called The Psychological Report. And this study found that the more mellow and relaxed the environment is, where you're eating, the less food you actually consumed, and the more satisfied you felt quicker. So if you think about, going out to restaurants and having a bunch of stimuli coming at you, that creates anxiety, and honestly, it stresses you out. And as you know, stress eating and anxiety-induced eating is one cause of overeating. So if you try things like playing soft, relaxing music, dimming the lights, and just changing the environment that you're eating in, you're going to feel, a lot less stressed out. You're going to feel just more chill, and you're going to chill your way into, eating less and watching those pounds fly off. So give that a try. It's not something that most people would suggest, but try changing your environment where you're eating. And it can be as simple as getting a Bluetooth speaker that's super cheap off of Amazon or, wherever you want to get it from. Try playing some, classical music or whatever music mellows you out. And then try, changing the lighting. Throw on a lamp, turn off the main lights, and watch how that improves just your overall eating setting. All right, so just to recap, my 4 tips are, number 1, place whole foods front and center so you're more likely to grab them. Number 2, stash away your unhealthy snacks so you're not grabbing them first and you're making them less accessible. Number 3, downsize your dining ware so you're not giving yourself such big serving amounts and eating less. And then number 4, create a more relaxed feeding environment. So give these 4 tips a try, and I assure you, you're going to notice big changes both physically and mentally, and you're going to see your weight loss journey take a turn for the better, and you're going to watch those pounds fly off and hopefully stay off. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, man, hit that thumbs up button, drop me a comment, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be coming out with this stuff on a weekly basis, so check out the website, doggettefitness.com. Show your support and show your love, man. Appreciate you guys for watching. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.